Governor John Kasich, we begin with you.
Well, you know, in our country, there are a lot of people who feel as though they just don't have the power. You know, they feel like if they don't have a lobbyist, if they're not wealthy, that somehow they don't get to play. But all of my career, you know, having been raised by a mailman father whose father was a coal miner who died of black lung and was losing his eyesight, or a mother whose mother could barely speak English. You see, all of my career, I've thought about giving voice to the people that I grew up with and voice to the people that elected me. Whether it's welfare reform and getting something back for the hard-earned taxpayers, whether it's engaging in Pentagon reform and taking on the big contractors that were charging thousands of dollars for hammers and screwdrivers and ripping us off, or whether it's taking on the special interests in the nursing home industry in Ohio so that mom and dad can have the ability to stay in their own home rather than being forced in a nursing home. Look, that's who I stand up for. That's who's in my mind's eye. And if you really want to believe that you can get your voice back, I will tell you, as I have all my career, I will continue to fight for you because you're the ones that built this country and will carry it into the future. Thank you.
Governor Bush.
Who can you count on to keep us safer, stronger, and freer? Results count. And as governor, I pushed Florida up to the top in terms of jobs, income, and small business growth. Detailed plans count. And I believe that the plan I've laid out to destroy ISIS before the tragedies of San Bernardino and Paris are the right ones. Credibility counts. There'll be people here that will talk about what they're going to do. I've done it. I ask for your support to build together a safer and stronger America.
Governor Chris Christie.
Maria Neal, thank you for a great debate tonight. When I think about the folks who are out there at home tonight watching, and I think about what they had to watch this week, the spectacle they had to watch at the floor of the House of Representatives, with the President of the United States who talked a fantasy land about the way they're feeling. They know that this country is not respected around the world anymore. They know that this country is pushing the middle class, the hard-working taxpayers backwards, and they saw a president who doesn't understand their pain and doesn't have any plan for getting away from it. I love this country. It's the most exceptional country the world has ever known. We need someone to fight for those people. We need a fighter for this country again. I've lived my whole life fighting for things that I believe in, fighting for justice and to protect people from crime and terrorism, fighting to stand up for folks who have not had enough and need an opportunity to get more, and to stand up and fight against the special interests. But here's the best way that we're going to make America much more exceptional. It is to make sure we put someone on that stage in September who will fight Hillary Clinton and make sure she never, ever gets in the White House again. I am the man who can bring us together to do that, and I ask for your vote.
Dr. Ben Carson.
You know, in recent travels around this country, I've encountered so many Americans who are discouraged and angry as they watch our freedom, our security, and the American dream slipping away under an unresponsive government that is populated by bureaucrats and special interest groups. We're not going to solve this problem with traditional politics. The only way we're going to solve this problem is with we, the people. And I ask you to join me in truth, in honesty, in integrity. BenCarson.com. We will heal, inspire, and revive America for our children.
Senator Marco Rubio.
You know, 200 years ago, America was founded on this powerful principle that our rights don't come from government. Our rights come from God. That's why we embraced free enterprise, and it made us the most prosperous people in the history of the world. That's why we embraced individual liberty, and we became the freest people ever. And the result was the American miracle. But now, as I travel the country, people say what I feel. This country's changing. It feels different. We feel like we're being left behind and left out, and the reason is simple. Because in 2008, we elected as president someone who wasn't interested in fixing America. We elected someone as president who wants to change America, who wants to make it more like the rest of the world. And so he undermines the Constitution, and he undermines free enterprise by expanding government. And he betrays our allies and cuts deals with our enemies and guts our military. And that's why 2016 is a turning point in our history. If we elect Hillary Clinton, the next 4 years will be worse than the last 8. And our children will be the first Americans ever to inherit a diminished country. But if we elect the right person, if you elect me, we will turn this country around, we will reclaim the American dream, and this nation will be stronger and greater than it has ever been.
Senator Ted Cruz.
13 hours. Tomorrow morning, a new movie will debut about the incredible bravery of the men fighting for their lives in Benghazi and the politicians that abandoned them. I want to speak to all our fighting men and women. I want to speak to all the moms and dads whose sons and daughters are fighting for this country, and the incredible sense of betrayal when you have a commander-in-chief who will not even speak the name of our enemy, radical Islamic terrorism, when you have a commander-in-chief who sends $150 billion to the Ayatollah Khamenei, who's responsible for murdering hundreds of our servicemen and women. I want to speak to all of those maddened by political correctness, where Hillary Clinton apologizes for saying all lives matter. This will end. It will end on January 2017, and if I am elected president, to every soldier and sailor and airman and Marine, and to every police officer and firefighter and first responder who risks their lives to keep us safe, I will have your back.
Mr. Donald Trump.
I stood yesterday with 75 construction workers. They're tough, they're strong, they're great people. Half of them had tears pouring down their face. They were watching the humiliation of our young 10 sailors sitting on the floor with their knees in a begging position, their hands up, and Iranian wise guys having guns to their heads. It was a terrible sight. A terrible sight. And the only reason we got them back is because we owed them, with a stupid deal, $150 billion. If I'm president, there won't be stupid deals anymore. We will make America great again. We will win on everything we do. Thank you.
Candidates, thank you.
Gentlemen, thank you all of you. That wraps up.